of the day to you all. I've coined an acronym DWCY, and it stands for Death Will Change You. And there's also a phrase called near-death experience, meaning an unusual experience taking place on the brink of death or recounted by a person after recovery, typically an out-of-body experience or a vision of a tunnel of light. So I'm going to go back a few years. And in October of 2014, I found out I was pregnant with my first child. It was shocking, but yet exciting at the same time. Yet my marriage and relationship with my husband became extremely toxic, and I was being hurt on numerous occasions. I didn't think he would hurt me while I was pregnant with our first child together. Unfortunately, I found myself at a near-death experience in an abusive situation, which led me to finding safety for myself and my child. Sadly, having a judge to grant me a protective order that I never thought I would have to apply for 5 years with renewable options to keep us safe and have our address for confidentiality, so no more harm could be to us. But each time with these abusive experiences became near-death experiences, and it changes you. It changes you mentally, socially, physically, because the person that I was is definitely not the version that I am today. Then we experience another mental challenge, which is losing our loved ones. See, here are some lyrics from a songwriter, or a couple of songwriters, but the lead songwriter, Austin Brown, Sean Yates, Maxwell Savage, and Andrew Savage. They created this song because their sister had been in a car accident. So death before grief, I found peace in my selfish ways. My yesterdays were erased. Death will bring change. Death before the crash, I revealed in potential untaped. Morality was not contained. Death will bring change. The bottom of this well is rich with bitter water. Death before this wreck, I found peace in my health. Now my insides rebel. Death will bring change. So these lyrics, talking and it just asks how the loss of a loved one really can change us. Well, it may not happen all at once, but when you look back to that day, when you look back at the moment of time, you might realize the changes of not having your loved one there in your life, in your space. It's different. You're making coffee for someone and that person is not there. Or as I experienced, having to make that phone call of that person not being there. So my family continues to have repeat and rapidly multiple deaths in our family. From 2019, 2020, and 2021, we were hit the hardest. 2 to 3 deaths happening each month. This would continue to either be a shocker to most of us, or it just became numb for the loss because we cried so many tears. So in July of 2020, I lost my aunt, Mag, who left us, and she was battling cancer. And the doctors told us there was nothing else, no other treatments they could give her. And she had been back and forth. And as a God-fearing family, we didn't understand why would God want to take such an angel from our family? But yet he did, and that change started to begin. Because we would no longer get Christmas cards and birthday cards from her. So death may make you angry or bitter. Not always, but not every day. But when you look at someone cherishing their family in the moment, it may make you feel angry. Because you can't share that same feeling or experience that they have. It doesn't seem fair, but death can make you sad. At first, it might feel like depression, but the simple act of getting out of bed, getting dressed, can take every ounce of effort. You might feel like staying in bed or crying all day, but you may have this hard time without your loved one, but it does take time to heal. And time doesn't stop for anyone. That is one thing we can never regain back, is our time. So the sad and mad days will pass, and they will become easier day by day when we lean onto others in our circle. I recall driving to work and, I heard this song on the radio. It was my favorite song of one of the best friends, T. It reminded me so much of him. I cried for 30 minutes straight, but it helped me through my grieving process. And the reason why that grief was so hard is because I lost T nearly 30 days after my Aunt Mag. So it was a double sorrow and a process. Yet the better change that I appreciate time now, better than anything. So if you or someone you love is grieving, I want you to share this video to encourage them, but also give them the tools of griefshare.org. They are an excellent resource that will connect you with others dealing with the same type of situation. And again, I want to thank you for hearing my heart about DWCY, which is Death Will Change You. And for more tips and suggestions on how to cope and how to find your resources, visit the websites in the comments below. And thank you so much for sharing this time with me.